Do you believe in living life being fully awake? Well, it turns out that that's not the most optimal.
Tools of the New World Order are International Army, International Police Force, a World Bank for the Economy, a World Government under the United Nations. A World Green movements will be melted in the International Bank or disappear altogether. A world religion with all church documents being destroyed at roots to be replaced with a new religion or age of Christ. World 7 racial classifications for all human slaves who will fulfill predetermined work tasks, whether they agree with it or not. Control. This is the World Concentration Headquarters at the UN Nations for those who will not accept the new system. The World Agriculture Supply Control will control food and vitamin supplies around the world. The New World Order will be in between governments for USSR, Great Britain, all Commonwealths, United States with its population. This is a new spiritual, political world order which replaces the old ones which we live right now. What are the New World Order plans? They plan on destruction of all people who believe the Bible or worship Jesus Christ. Complete disappearance of Christianity. To achieve this plan, the New World Order is changing the nationals to ensure that Christian beliefs and symbols, for instance, will become outlawed and unlawful. Religious holidays and ceremonies will be replaced with new age rules. The aim of complete destruction of all secret societies, secret brotherhoods, lodges and sanctuaries, all they view as both serious threats to their survival. After implementation of the One World Religion, One World Government, the New World Order also abolishing all national currencies and the transfer of commerce to electrical cash through the superhighway into digital currency. The thinkers of the basic doctrine of the New Age conspiracy books are Irina Blavatsky wrote this ISIS and revealed Alice A. Bailey wrote The Race and the Hierarchy Ambition, Human and Saviour, Reappearance of Christ. The Christ is the new Messiah, the density of the nation in which the plans for disposition and the nation states. The books are very important for New Age thinkers who are exactly the ones who can't bring to implement the New Order. The writing of Nicole quotes another New Age yoga series books, New Messiah. Revelation of the birth of a New Age considers the Bible inside the New Age movement. Reflections on Christ, which is related to Luciferian, linked space, which maintains that off-world aliens supposed to come to save things. Relationships, identity, the love manifestation, New Age race, or the planetary vision which is manifested, directly related to the visions of the New World Order as they plan to be. Now, what those people also plan is not a dream, is not paranoid thinking real. They plan that in order to accept and enter New World religion, Christians will have to abdicate their own beliefs. So they say the initiation will be on a world basis inside a newly organized Christian church, which will be recognized strictly old Masonic temple, a cult organized based on a lease of association. What we have to understand here is someone will be able to maintain the old beliefs, and the same enter into a new age religion, it be impossible. Dear graciously. Truly the end times. It's a love man. Hi. I got sound back. Okay. I got sound back. I got sound back. Okay. I'll try it again. The demons, because this is so they really got built in my area. They were ocean camps. In what they call rainbow classifications. So they call the prisoners. The rainbows consist as a bridge. That's why you're seeing in England, especially on the logos of the rainbow signs. The bridge is leading to the sunk empire of the New World Order. So the psychological, symbolic, symbolism is. We already know, for instance, that who have taken the oath of the Lucifer in order to that bridge into the new age, that's my neighbour right now too. All who resist that invitation will be sent to the detention facilities. This is worldwide, where they will be separated into different categories, known as the rainbow classification of order. The first one is classification of Christian children, as planned, are to be as human sacrifices. Oh my Lord, prayers, blessings for everyone there who's not aware of this. With the black mass ceremonies, they'll be forced to participate in any kind of sexual, sexual stuff, or be kept as sex slaves. Oh my gosh. This is spiritual war. 2. Classification of prisoners to be used in medical experiments with drugs and ideologies will be tested on humans as torture. 3. Classification of healthy prisoners for international organ donation centres, where the vital organs will be moved one by one while they are kept alive by medical devices. This is torture. Seriously. Classification of all healthy underground workers. The New World Order is basically a worldwide dictatorship upon the Luciferian religion. Dictatorship with the illusion of democracy. In order to maintain the illusion of democracy, camps and slave labour will be hidden underground in mass colonies that are being built as we write this report. Oh my gosh, serious. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. This is truly the end days. Oh my gosh. 4. Classification of all healthy underground workers in the World Order's basic worldwide dictatorship is surveying in order to maintain underground in massive colonies. They are being built on like this. 5. Classification of uncertain prisoners in the international re-education sector. Political and religious to be re-educated by means whatever so that they may repent on international telegram. They may repent international telegram and glorify the benches of the one world. That is written in that 1984 book, and the benefit of humanity. Clarification International Execution Centre. Clear enough? Oh my gosh. Classification 7. We're all still waiting on the details of the 7th classification. We were all awaiting verification of the plan to kill people. Already business into classification. This is the basic agenda of those who plan the new paradise, the world of the future. You must understand that when the author of this item realised 6 months ago some of the plans and information concerning the most important project, which is the NSA Project Ruby, wasn't certain if this author would survive by stand against the New World Order plans to put down in their knees in all world's cultures and religions. Now following Hitler's own Christian conscience, the individual's real deep love for all the unknown brothers and sisters in America throughout the world, it's set to give the life it has to face for the truth of Jesus Christ by releasing for the first time the 4 major steps of the Luciferian Green Project. I ask everyone who reads the following descriptions to be paralysed by their natural fears, but not to be, but to spread to everyone that the contents of the special report, and to gather together in order to pray, and to think to organise ways to survive the New World Order, government slowdown and power taking, because what we have to understand is that the New World Order government will not be something permanent, immortal, but this is not the case. But what we have to do right now is to learn how to organise to survive Luciferian lands. The author, Canadian investigative journalist C.J. Marzat of this report. His colleague was born and killed only weeks apart, one in Canada and the other while visiting Ireland. Now we must carry on the work. Project Ruby. The NASA found 4 different steps in order to implement the New Order of Antichrist at its head. Remember, the new religion is the very foundation for the New Order and complete New World Government. Without this religion, the dictator New World Order is completely that without a universal belief in the New Age religion, the success of the New World Order will be impossible. This is why the Project Bluebeam is so important to them, but this has been so well hidden until now. The first step concerns the breakdown of archaeological knowledge. It does set up artificially created earthquakes at certain precise locations on the planet. So meant to be new discoveries will finally explain to all people the error of all fundamental religion doctrines. The fabrication of this nation will be used to make all nations believe that religion doctrines have been misunderstood for centuries and misinterpreted. Psychological preparations for that first step has already been featured in the film 2001 Space Odyssey and the Star Trek series Star Wars, all which deal with invasions from space and the coming together of all nations to repel the invaders. The last film's Jurassic Park deals with theories of evolution and claims God's word and lies. What's important to understand on the first step is that those earthquakes will hit at different parts of the world where scientific archaeological teachings have indicated that arcane mysteries have been buried. For those types of earthquakes, it will be impossible for scientists to redisclose arcane mysteries, which will be used to discredit all fundamental religious doctrines. This is the first preparation for the plan for humanity, because what they want to do is destroy the beliefs of Christians, Muslims on the planet. To do that, they need some false proof from the far past that proved nations and their religions that have all been misinterpreted and misunderstood. Second, drive space show. Dimensional holograms and sounds, laser projections of multiple holographic images to different parts of the world, each receiving an image according to the predominating regional, national religious faith. This new God voice will be speaking in all languages. In order to understand that, we must have those Secret Services research done in the last 25 years. The students have perfected an advanced computer, even exploited them, fed them with a multiple physiological particulars based on their studies of the anatomy, electromagnetic composition, the human body, the studies of the electrical and biological properties of the human brain interface. Like this is what target individuals go through. Hacking in the brain interface technology. These supercomputers, quantum computers, were fed as well with the language of the human cultures and their meanings. The dialects of all cultures have been fed into the computers. This is from the satellite transmissions. The soft Russian and to feed the kids with projector programs like the ones of the new Messiah. It also seems that the sovereigns of the New World Order people have been restored to suicidal methods with the human society, allocating electronic wavelengths that stops every individual and every existing culture to induce suicidal thoughts if the individual doesn't comply with the directives of the New World Order. Gosh. There are two different activities set. The first is Space Show, where does the Space Show come from? The Space Show, the false holographic images will be used in a simulation of ending during which all nations will be shown screens, which will be the fulfillment that which they desired to verify prophecies, adversary events, and this will be ejected from sats into the sodium layer about 60 miles above the Earth. We see tests every one in a while, but they're called UFOs and pulses. These deliberately staged events will be shown in the world Christ, Messiah, or the intimate implementation of the new religion, world religion. Truth will be fossilized on an unsuspecting world to hook them into the lie. Even the most learned will be deceived. The project has perfected the ability for some device to lift up an enormous number of people, as in a rapture, and whisk the entire group in benevolent. We test of this device in the abduction of humans by these mysterious little grey aliens who snatch people out of their beds through windows into awaiting others. The calculated resistance to the universal religion and the new ensuring holy wars result in the loss of human life on a scale never before in all human history. The Project Blue Beam will pretend to be the universal fulfillment of prophecies of the old. A major event as that which occurred 2,000 years ago. In principle, it make use of skies as moving on the solar layer, as I said, 60 miles above, as a space-based laser-generated satellites project stimulus images of all corners of the planet, every language, inherit according to religion. The religious aspect of the New World Order and a deception on a massive scale. Computers will coordinate the satellites and software already in place and run the sky show holographic images based on newly intellectual signals, combining a produced an image of hologram and deep perspectives, which is equally like the EF waves, VLF and LF waves, optical phenomena. Specifically, the show will consist of multiple holographic images to the world, each receiving different images. Specifically, not national, regional religions. Not a single will be excluded. With computer animation, sounds appearing to be plain found Varus's face, astonished of his followers of the various creeds as their own eternal messiahs in a committed lifelike. Then the texts of Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, etc. will merge into one. After correct explanations of misrevelations will have been disclosed. The one God will, in fact, be the Antichrist. He will explain the various scriptures have been misunderstood and misinterpreted, and religions of old are wrestled brother against brother, nation against nation. Religions must be abolished to make way for New Age religion, representing the one God Antichrist. Naturally, the secret stage fabrication will result in dissolved social, religious on a grand scale, each nation blaming the other for deception, setting loose millions of programmed religious fanatics through demonic on a scale never witnessed before. Joy. In addition, this event will occur at a time of profound worldwide political hierarchy, general tolerated by some worldwide catastrophic. The United Nations now even plans to use Beethoven of Joy as the anthem for the introduction of the New Age religion. If you put this space show in parallel with the war program, we get this. A combination of electric radiation and hypnosis has also been the subject of intensive research. In 1974, for instance, the research being the subject of intensive research, G.F. Shaktis, I think, pronounced. To the all-budget research. Oh gosh. Gonna die. They're killing us. Those that have a belief, faith, awaken people that don't go along with this Luciferian, the demonic. It's so real. Oh my gosh. The end times, seriously. Singling me out to kill me off. Oh my gosh. God. Just demonic. It's so demonic. Can't believe what I'm reading. My head is fried. I just cannot believe this. Seriously, can't bloody believe this. Killing of every bloody individual on this earth who don't go along with their demonic plan. Oh my lord. It's no wonder. Just where's your hair? So what they want to do in the world, what's going on right now in the world. It's all part of it. new Luciferian demonic side knew all along. I knew this would kill people off. Killing everyone off. This huge. That's they've been targeting people for years for research with all this. So basically, a researcher quotes, as I said, one of the research proposed investigation shows that spoken words of a hypnotist may also be converted to electronic magnetic energy directly to the subconscious part of the brain, human brain, without employing any mechanical device. For that's what people have voice decay, BTK. They have the technology advanced to do all this. For receiving and recording and the message without the individual exposed to such interference, having a chance to control the information input consciously, it may be expected that the rationalized behavior will be considered to have been taken out of free will. Anyone investigating so-called challenging phenomena right now would be wise to take this area of research consideration. It will be noted those who think of themselves as challengers have escalated rapidly since the type of research was conducted. It's uncanny how similar their messages are, which entity they claim to be their source of divine guidance. It was suggested any individual considering the credibility of channeled information should be discerning and critically evaluate where the message they are receiving originates and its messages are specifically beneficial to the New World Order. Sydney Morning Star published an article 21st March 1983 who announced that the sovereign USSR Russia was invading the human mind. The article having been submitted to the foreign editor by Dr. Nathan Arjanuri, a city professor to the Facility for Agriculture in Asia. It is worth quoting the article for length before his grammar is a little old. The article relates to the Russia's sovereigns who created a supercomputer, quantum computer, brain interface in other words, word discussing earlier, which is really important because these types of computers were fed with all the different languages, the meanings, the derelict of all peoples, who fed to the computer's subjective programs. We're talking about we're talking about the United Nations, the minions of the New World Order, who are feeding the computers necessary information. The editor of the column in which the article appeared, it stated that the piece made points too important to ignore. I think it's possible that the individuals had created a mega mind control program to sell the software to an organization, not to be aware that the client must use the program and data to enslave all mankind. Just imagine how far they have evolved since the article was published in 1983, and that was just before my son was born. Can you imagine that? The advancement technologies propel us towards the third step in the Project Blue Beam that goes along with the telepathic, electronical, automated two-way communication, which is ERF, and the waves, like scalar waves, will reach each individual from within his or her own mind, convincing of them of their own God is speaking to them from various depths of their own soul. Bloody hell. Such rays from satellites are fed on memories of computers, stored massive data about humans on Earth and their languages. The rays will then interlace with their natural thinking to form what we call diffuse artificial thought. That kind of technology goes into the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s research, where the brain, human brain, had been compared to computer information is fed in, processed, integrated, and then a response is formulated and acted upon. Mind controllers manipulate information the same way a computer for a programmer manipulates information. My gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'll have to stop reading this for a minute. I can't take this. This is serious. This website www.usa-anticommunism.com PDF website called Operation-Blue-Beam PDF. This is where you'll find all these 18 pages of all the facts of truth. In January 1991, University of Arizona hosted a conference they titled the NATO Advanced Research Workshop on Current Phenomena and Biomodal Systems. What does that mean? It means we refer to one paper that was delivered at the conference which stands out. Its different attitudes towards development and discussion at the time. It was, in effect, a protest and chilling warning to the attending scientists about potential abuse of the research findings. The findings, of course, stated the United States had already developed communication equipment which can make the blind see, the deaf hear, the lame walk. It can reveal terminal ill without the use of drugs or surgery. And not talking about science fiction. A man might retain the use of all facilities right up to the moment of death. Communication equipment depends upon a completely new way of looking at the human brain. This is the neuromuscular systems and radiation. radiation pulses at ultra-low frequencies. Some of the equipment is now operational with Central Intelligence Agencies, CIA, FBI. It will never be made to make the blind see, the deaf hear, the lame walk, because it's central to domestic political agenda and foreign policy of George Bush and puppet masters of the New World Order. Domestically, the new communication equipment is being used to torture and murder individuals who match profiles, image being able to screen and given a population for terrorists, to torture and murder individuals who belong to organisations which promote tolerance and peace and belong to in development in Central America, to torture and murder individuals who belong to organisations who oppose the development of nuclear weapons, and to create a race of slave cult automations, or who is popularity called Manchurian candidates, MK Ultra, on it program, and that's me. I'm in that program. Put me in as a kid. We've seen experimentation is taking place on hostages held by United States, America, Great Britain, Australia, Germany, Finland, France. Additionally, there's been a long series of bizarre suicides among British computer scientists, all whom have some connections to United States Navy. Would any government, corporations or psychiatrists willfully promote such horror today? The answer is absolutely yes. Government agencies and corporations that work with them toward the New World Order are prepared to promote anything that will help them achieve their objective of total social control. They've totally lost their souls. As for the question of why, for one thing, if you terrify the public and make them fear for their safety, they will allow you to experiment dictatorial law enforcement practice, disarm them, and keep expensive records on them extensive. And they only have to tell you that it's all to protect you, of course. Secondly, it promotes the decay of the present diplomatic forms of political systems and leads societies to search for methods of political biologically. Of course, the alternative's already been planned. It is called the New World Order. It will not have your safety interests at heart. George Bush said, "Read my lips." I'm stopping for a minute. I can't read anymore. This is not of the world that I was raised to believe. This is a Luciferian world. And when you talk about target individuals, this is 100% true.
It's a long hole, but it's a rabbit hole that you want to fall down. Knowing your rights is imperative to moving forward.
Yeah, if you don't know your rights, you have none. There's one question here.
I love that.
So, what do I...
Lucas had a question. Just a second. Lucas, you had a question?
Yes, thank you. I'm just saying,
Go ahead.
what have you guys done, or what have you experienced when you're getting forced by your parents to get vaccinated?
How old are you, Lucas?
I'm 15.
Wow.
That's you 15?
Oh, wow, dude.
Oh gosh. Where are you from, Lucas? Where are you from?
Good on you, Tommy. Martin, what is wrong?
So, and it's now you have to take it to go to school?
Yeah, I'm just a bit scared. A little bit. I just found some groups and saw some videos, but I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Some friends who took it, and 1 second, guys. You had friends, and maybe some of your friends got sick. This is why you don't want to take it? Or you seen your parents?
Yeah, they got a little sick. I don't know. I'm just scared. I mean, I want to know how to maybe say to them no, but it's a bit tricky.
I think
You say, I want to get it when I'm... We will support you. We will support you in any way we possibly can. Has he just gone? Oh.
Yes.
I think we need to be careful with Lucas being the fact that he's a minor. We can give advice, but we can't give direction.
It's scary that we just had a kid on here.
Plus 18-year-old.
We've got to be very, very careful, really. But he needs our support and help, though.
He absolutely does, and I agree 100% with you, but at the end of the day, he is underage, and we just need to tread very, very lightly.
Sure. That can be seen as coercion as well, in both ways. You've got to be legally careful. I don't actually be careful. Be lawfully careful, buddy.
I don't hide anything from my kids. My kids are sitting here and they exactly know what's going on. I don't have anything to hide from our kids, but other people's kids are pretty concerning. We have a really high suicide rate in Australia, hey, since this has all started, we've got more suicide rates than what we've ever had.
That's worldwide, my love, worldwide.
I know.
Yeah, if our system was so amazing.
And
if our system was so amazing, would people be killing themselves?
I see where you're coming from, Spirit. And it's not about hiding any information from him. It's about treading in a way where you're not overstepping, one, the parent, because he is a minor, and two, you're not giving direction to a minor or coercing. You have to tread lightly. As much as you want to get that information across, you just have to be careful.
Our kids have to get permission for absolutely everything, so even a Band-Aid here in Australia. Now, they're giving our children the consent of 12 years old. They can go and get the vaccine. They don't have to have us. What is with that?
Get it competence.
That alone should show you. That
alone should when they're 12 years old. So they should be allowed to say no.
Do you want it or not? You're dealing with maniacs or paedophiles. That's the issue, right? Get it competence. Yeah. What comes next after a vaccine? What comes next? Ask yourself that question.
Thing that is scary, that, this is sensitive information for the world when it comes to the depth of it. when we actually know that it's a cult and what they do, not everyone knows that. So when they get blasted with it straight away and all this information, it can be overwhelming. And that could be a lot of our problem with suicide in the world, is that they get so quick and lesser of souls.
Could be. Yep.
I was going to ask you.
That's an alternative social media platform. Okay. Fear has always been used by powerful elites to control and subjugate masses. The old maximum divide and conquer is being played out to limit worldwide to ensure that everyone is frightened for their personal safety and to suspicious of everyone else. This too is mind control. To go further in regard to new technology, which is the base of this NASA Project Bluebeam, we have to consider this statement by psychologist James V. McConnell, which was published back in the 1970s, issued in the Psychologically Today. He said, "The day has come when we can combine sensory deprivation, drug hypnosis, manipulation of rewind and punishment to gain almost absolute control over individuals' behaviour." That was the 1970s. I was a child then. It should then be possible to achieve a very rapid, highly effective type of positive brainwashing that would allow us to make changes in individuals' behaviour and personality. And when we talk about before about the kind of ray and telepathic, electronic, automated communication, kind of rays that are fed from the memories of computers, which store massive data about human language and derelicts. We said that the people will be reached from within, making each individual to believe that his own God is speaking directly from within his or her soul. We refer this to the kind of technology, that kind of thinking same psychologist was exposing. That is, we should be trained from birth that we should all do what society wants us to do, rather than what we want to do ourselves, because they have the technology to do it. No one should now be allowed to have their own individual personality. This statement and these ideas are important because it is the basic teachings of the United Nations that no one owns his or her own personality, and that the same psychological claim that no one has any say-so about the kind of personality they acquire. There's no reason to believe you have the right to refuse and acquire a new personality if your old personality is considered antisocial. What is important in this declaration is that the New World Order will be set up over the current system, meaning the old way of thinking or behaving in religion will be considered old, incorrect way of thinking, and they can change it at one re-branded educational camps of the United Nations. Sure that anyone with this antisocial behaviour will be disposed of quickly, so that other modified individuals will be able to fulfil the needs and agendas of the New World Order without being distracted by the truth. Could this be the greatest mind control project ever? The NASA Blue Beam project? The primitive directive for the New World Order, absolute control over populations of the entire Earth? I would suggest to you to investigate information carefully before dismissing it as just a made-up fantasy. If you go further into different reports we have presented, we find that the mind control operation technology includes transmitter broadcast at the same frequency as the human nervous system, which transmitter is manufactured by the lower electro-optical system, and it quotes where it's based in California, USA. Laurel, a major defense contractor, has previously conducted research on direct energy weapons. Lieutenant General Leonard Pizas of USA Air Force was researching for a weapon that could implant messages into the minds of an enemy while urging its own troops on superhuman deeds of valor. The device deploys electronic radiation frequencies pulsed at extremely low frequencies, ERF waves. It's used to torture people physically, mentally from a distance. Weapons of this type are presence of American cruise missiles at Greenham Common Air Base during the 1970s. Wow. The weapon can be used to induce total sensory deprivation, but broadcast the signals into the roundabout back of the head, into the brain and the ears, and that's off the nerves, at such high power that it blocks the ability of the individual to hear themselves think, and that is true. I just can't believe this is unbelievable. Oh my gosh. What lives, human lives on Earth. Wow. Talk about a birthday present to find this out. I hope this is a war, a spiritual war of serious ways I can't put into words. Who's prepared to die for their spiritual beliefs, for the Luciferian agenda? So all the targeting goes on, the target individuals, it's all linked together. It's not separate, it's all interlinked. That's why what I've been going through my whole life. I pray and blessings to my son and my own family and all those that don't know all this and connected the dots. Pushing people to take their own lives because they just can't cope. That's a Luciferian. It's sad, it's demonic. If you're Freemason playing this back, you really need to really look at who you actually serve. Why you want to serve the Luciferian. You know, why you really want to be a member. Is it because your family history or business connections? I was married to a Freemason. I didn't know until after the wedding. It's a long time ago. I know a lot about it because of that. And my late mum didn't know when she joined the organised religion that is well connected to the dark occult agenda too. Myself, 2 brothers and sisters were raised into, and that's where the MK Ultra trauma began. I left as soon as I could, and that's when all my, you could say, problems started. It wasn't no accident. Now I know about a lot of other subjects by design. How is anyone surviving all this? At the moment, as I do, there are undefined spirits. When you see a feather fall off in the sky in front of you, that means you have your guardian angel around you. You can research that symbolism. A feather of a bird, that is. And that's happened past 2 days. 2.5 days. Just out the blue. It never happens before. When I see magpies outside, 2 together, do you know the animals and nature knows on Earth what's happening to the world already before it's happening? I mean, centuries ago to date. I'm going to just play this in the background. No music.
as much as us. Why are you still enforcing the boys? You have to. No, we know you don't have to. This is what it is. I'm not here to argue with you. Unless, go home. Otherwise, they start issuing tickets. We don't want to do it, but we will do it. Right? If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Stand up for what you believe in rather than take it. Just go home, right? We get paid to do this, mate. I'm just as over this fucking protest as you are. What protest I mean, lockdown. Fair enough to me, fair enough. I've got to do what I've got to do. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You're choosing to do it. I'm not skilled to do anything else, mate. So unfortunately, at this time of my life, that's what I have. And the people of us that aren't skilled, we don't get paid. We don't get food at the moment. I hear you, mate. My wife's in the same position. She's out of a job at the moment as well. I understand you being pissed off about it. There's a way to go about it, that's all. And unfortunately, I feel like you know the coppers is a bit much. I respect that. I feel like if I can work it out, we don't want anything. We don't want anything. We don't want any of this. You might not, mate. And that's the wrong answer. We're having to do this because we can understand that people are killing themselves. None of this has to do with health. What health has to do with exercise through the sun, not injections. Okay? Mental health affects this person. You're locking us indoors, people are killing themselves. It's not to do with health. I don't talk about it. Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter what I say, because you're in the end you got guns. At the end of the day, I agree with you. Then why are you standing on this side and not with us? Because that's what I get paid to do. So you agree with me, but you get paid to do that, so you stay on that side. I'm trying to talk to you the way I'm talking to you, as opposed exactly, because you're doing what you get paid to do, not what you stand in, and that's why I disrespect you. That's fine, and I'm still asking you to go home, please. Yeah, get your paycheck so you and your wife can eat. We won't, but you can eat, so... I know, we're not going home, we're not listening to your orders anymore. I'm just letting you know, we come back again, we're all going to be arrested. Yeah, that's fine, mate. No, we don't, if you can't tell, we're not afraid anymore. to say is to the nation of Australia, as a union member, I'm so sorry that we didn't stand up for all those shopkeepers and all those other people that have been trampled upon. And I feel this. In modern medicine, the secular world has. They don't know what to do about it. Throw drugs at it. Maybe we can drug you into a stupor and just. He says, screw you free. Except some people are more equal than the others in Politburo. So, the moment you bring a country to the point of almost total demoralization, when nothing works anymore, when you are not sure whether it is right or wrong, good and bad, but there's no division between evil and good, when even the leaders of church sometimes say, well, violence for the sake of justice, especially social justice, is justified in the countries like Nicaragua, El Salvador, well, maybe Rhodesia, and we listen to them and say,